In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can diagnose and check if you have a worn idler on your serpentine belt system or your accessory belt system. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so maybe you're getting a bit of a groan or a squeak or a rattle. These are some things that you'll want to check on your vehicle and make sure that you get to them on time. Otherwise, if these things seize or let go, it kind of just scatters your whole accessory belt or serpentine belt, whatever you want to call it, all over the place. If one of these idlers fails, the belt pretty much just derails itself. So I'm going to show you guys. I have one on this truck that when I replaced the engine, I noticed it had some grit and grind to it, which can start to lead to some noise when your engine is running as well. And I'll show you guys how to tell, and we'll replace it with a new one. Okay, well here we are, and you can see the front of the engine. This engine is a diesel, so it makes a lot more noise than a regular gas engine, so it's a little bit harder to identify. But when you're changing or doing maintenance, changing the accessory belt, you can tell just by spinning it. So if you're getting a weird bearing noise, you can hear a bunch of different moaning and groaning. Best famous one is kind of like an alternator noise where you can hear it sounds like you have a supercharger. And if it's dependent on engine RPM and you can hear the pitch change, it might be worth checking these out. When there's belt tension on these, it's a little bit more difficult to check. You can try to wiggle it like I'm doing here. This is a bad one, and this is a new one here already. So this one does have a little bit of play in it, but the easiest way is if I take off the tension on the belt, I'll show you guys, and you can hopefully hear it, but you can definitely feel it by spinning it. So let me show you. So first things first, you're gonna release the tension on your belt. So depending on what setup or what vehicle, you can see there it releases the tension, and we're gonna slip the belt off. Okay, so we're gonna release the tension, and we're just gonna pop it off. You don't have to take it completely off everything, so you don't have to play with the routing, but you can see this is off, and this is the one that is going bad. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Here it's got that super gritty sound. That makes a noise when it's actually running. And I have a brand new one here ready to go. So let me take it out of the package and I'll show you guys the difference. This one is gonna be smooth as ever. You're not gonna hear any noise out of it. So absolutely silent versus. So the bearing is gone in this one and is going. And the longer you run that, the more likely you are to run it into a catastrophic failure where this either seizes, or I've seen them where this thing comes completely off and scatters the belt off of your accessory drive. So I'm replacing this one because the new engine didn't come with this. I had to transfer them over, and this one sounded terrible when I checked it. So 13 mil bolt, we'll take it off, we'll replace it, and I'll show you guys when it's bolted, spinning it as well. So off it comes. And even when we do the same test just on my finger, so this one is on its way out. We'll go ahead and we'll bolt up the new one. Now you can hear, if you spin it here, it is absolutely silent, you guys. Can't hear anything other than me spinning it, but there's no noise out of the bearing. So we're gonna relieve the tension again on our tensioner, like that. And we'll slip our belt back over the pulleys that we removed it from. Double check that it didn't slip off or pop off of anything else while you're at it, and we're all set. And here you go one last time while I'm not under the vehicle and can get a better spin on it. So hopefully you guys can hear the bearings clacking around in that. So that's gonna do it, you guys. It's a quick little video. Hopefully this helps you diagnose if you have a bad idler on your accessory belt system and how to find out. You can actually even hear it. The bearing is shaking around inside. So it's better to catch them early like this, like I said, before you have like a catastrophic failure. If you guys found this helpful or informative, make sure you give it a thumbs up. So drop a comment down below if you guys have experienced something like this before, or if you found this information helpful, and we'll see you guys on the next video.